I just finished creating my new thesis called Eco-Evolution Theory, and if you're familiar with the previous ones I've made, which is Ego-Evolution Theory for individuals and for leaders, this is a brand new one for economies. So let me tell you about this in this video. These models will literally change the world, and I don't want to over-exaggerate, but with this new model, this one is all about economies, and same one with the same inputs with the previous ones, we also have this in a similar fashion. Just like the previous models, that there was yes feminine and yes masculine love, but there's also the same dual polar opposites, but this time it's in the form of yes citizens power and yes government power. Let me talk about it. The thing I want you to take away from this is that we need both. Both is the answer. Whenever you go one-sided, that's when bad things happen. For example, if you're in a hyper-libertarian economy, which is distributed, you end up with a society full of surviving emptiness and companies who artificially create problems. We're going to talk about that. And if you're in a hyper-authoritarian economy, which is centralized, you have a society that is full of suffering and violence. Common examples include dictatorships, tyranny. So I can't go in all detail, but it's going to be a long-ass video, but I'm just here to show you the overview of like what to expect from my coming. That there's two realizations I made from creating this one. So the first sentence thesis that motivated me to even start this chart in the first place is from realizing that we will never see a perfect world under capitalism. Here's what I mean. Right now, companies are incentivized to continue creating problems because that is how companies and the workers of companies make money to put food on the table. If there were no problems and they somehow magically solved all the world's problems and there would be no problems tomorrow, everyone in that company would not exist. They wouldn't be able to buy rent, buy food on the table for their workers or themselves, and thus they would die. The incentives are clear. To continue creating problems, even if it means destroying the world and then some. As you can see, it's going to introduce a whole new problems that we haven't even experienced yet. But here are some predictions and some of the consequences we've experienced so far. And the second realization, to wrap this video up, is that if you've seen the political compass and it has like the authoritarian on the left and then libertarian on the right, then the far right on the top and then the far left on the bottom or something like that, I realized that the people who are far right are actually the ones who just started their new hyper-libertarian economy, or their hyper-centralized economy, the authoritarian. It's really small text right here, but I put right here, far right, same on this side right here. And the reason people are far right is because they experience unrestrained freedom. They experience capitalist optimism. On this side, they experience nationalization optimism. But over time, as the economy progresses, time progresses, these values get picked up, these thoughts get produced, these motivations get established, then these long-term consequences emerge, which was anarchism. Anarchism is a result from a hyper-libertarian economy, and that's why the far left are here. They're commonly anarchists, and they hate, and their ideologies derive from hate. Hatred of authority, hatred of capitalism, because of the consequences that they've experienced from those things. Same on this side, the hyper-authoritarian economy and the long-term consequences, fascism emerges. Far left on both sides, far right on both sides. And some of the content in here is not 100%, and that's why some of these need evaluation. As they say, it's in progress, needs evaluation, and evaluation from you guys. You guys are my source of knowledge and truth, because I can make a lot of mistakes that I'm not even aware of. So please let me know in the comments. I'm going to make more videos about all my models, and you know what you want to see. More videos coming soon. Thanks for being patient with me.